Welcome back to another edition of the Weekly Ritual. As we wind down to the end of the year and the holidays, I'd just like to remind everybody, of course, it's been an impossibly tough year. Please check on your friends and family. Obviously, people are not having a normal holiday like they ordinarily would, so please be kind to your fellow friends and family and give them a call, a text, a Facebook, something, Messenger, and just see how they're doing, just because. Thanks. What's up, everybody? It's Keefe, and you're watching the Weekly Ritual, Ghost Cult's news program right here on YouTube. First of all, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. GhostCultMag.com is a small business, and we need all the support we can get. Let's get started. Right as we went to press time, we learned of the passing of two greats of music that we wanted to share with you at the start of this video. Rich McLoughlin, legendary New York hardcore guitarist and bassist from the band Killing Time, has passed away. No cause of death was revealed, but news of his passing was broken on social media by several members of the hardcore community. Rich was a great guy, an incredible guitarist and bassist, and had played on many iconic albums, from the demo of his pre-Killing Time band Raw Deal, Killing Time's debut, and the band Breakdown as well. Rest in peace, Rich. Also, at press time, we learned of the passing of iconic guitar player and classic rock legend Leslie West of Mountain. Leslie West died. He had suffered a heart attack earlier this week and then passed away today, December 23rd. Leslie is best known for his incredible guitar sound and his work in the band Mountain, and his solo work, especially his hit song Mississippi Queen, a classic rock legend. Leslie performed at Woodstock 69 and at Woodstock 2009, the 50th anniversary, and Leslie will be missed by many for his incredible sound, his great songwriting touch, his live performances, and his sense of humor. Rest in power, Leslie West. In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult. We chatted with progressive rock legend Mark Kelly of Marillion all about his brand new solo venture, Mark Kelly's Marathon, out now. We also talked to awesome chamber metal artist Gaia Guarda all about her brand new album. You heard great use of social media and Kickstarter in particular to launch her debut. A whole lot more. And finally, on the podcast front, we talked to Wolf Hoffman of Accept. Accept's brand new album is coming out early next year. Get psyched, everybody! We talked to Wolf all about his lengthy career in rock and metal, changes in the band over the years, the 10 fruitful years since Accept's return with singer Mark Tornillo, and a bunch of other stuff I bet you didn't know about Wolf and Accept. And now, the news rundown. Let's talk about the U.S. stimulus package voted on by the U.S. government to give aid during the time of the pandemic for people. It's long overdue. I don't want to bore you with the details and the bullshit politics. However, there is two important things that are relevant to the music world. The stimulus package includes the guts of the crucial Save Our Stages bill. $15 billion, billion dollars are getting earmarked for clubs, DIY venues, theaters, all of these out-of-work people, all these out-of-work venues, all these no tours, no shows having places that need a lifeline. We needed this months ago, but at least we're getting it now. $15 billion sounds like a lot of money, but spread out across all the venues in North America, it might not be that much. However, every little bit helps. That doesn't mean to stop caring about Save Our Stages, to continue to fight, to continue to raise money. If any of your local venues are doing a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or any kind of fundraising, please keep supporting them, because you just don't know how far this money is going to go. Also in the stimulus bill, perhaps a bit of a poison pill in the bill, is an interesting clause about streaming. We just got the details late. The Hollywood Reporter gave a report late last night as they combed through the bill. It's a 5,000-page document, for crying out loud. But one of the things the Hollywood Reporter discovered was that there's a clause that affects artists streaming online, on apps. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, maybe TikTok in the future. We don't know. But a lot of artists have found a great revenue stream, especially from Twitch and YouTube now. And potentially, in the past, if you did a cover or some incidental music was playing in a video game while you streamed, you might get a copyright claim, but normally, or a takedown, but normally you wouldn't get penalized or fined or thrown off the channel. Now there's a chance not only could you get penalized and fined, you could be arrested. Technically, it is illegal to play other people's music during your stream, but normally it's not enforced. There are some big bands that don't let you put anything on YouTube, like covers. The Eagles comes to mind. There are others that are very liberal. Fleetwood Mac, as we saw, made millions of dollars off of TikTok this year. with the Dogface 420, Nate Abadaka. Shout out, get well soon, brother. You know, it remains to be seen what's going to happen with this outcome of this bill. Hopefully it's not going to get enforced and artists are going to continue to make money and thrive from this medium, but it could change, and that's what we always say, is that the social media channels and all these things are always changing, so keep an eye out for that. Ozzy Osbourne, we talked about Ozzy last week. Hopefully Sharon is getting well after her COVID-19 diagnosis, but Ozzy had some big news this week. Ozzy's new record is halfway finished. He just put out Ordinary Man last January. He's once again working with producer Andrew Watt, who you know Ozzy met through his daughter Kelly. He's worked with Post Malone. Ozzy's halfway done with the record. He's going to have some killer guest stars, including Taylor Hawkins of Foo Fighters and Slash once again. So really excited that Ozzy is using this downtime to work and make yet another record that we hopefully will hear sometime in 2021. Awesome. Because it's that time of the year, you're going to hear a lot about new albums coming out in 2021. They're all starting to get announced. We're starting to get deluged with press releases at the end of the year here. Even though it's getting quiet for the holiday, they're still coming in. Devin Townsend just recently announced he is releasing a special new album that is already complete called The Puzzle, and it's an ambient avant-garde record. His record label wasn't very happy that he was ready to put a new album out, or wanted him to wait a full year to put another one out, because Devi's been on a roll with all these live streams and a live album and other things. But he's going to put this album himself on his own Heavy Devi Records, and look for it very early in 2021. We should have some news about that very soon. In a possible trend, the biggest name in rock and metal festivals in America and the biggest name in music cruises just united for a new cruise and festival. Of course, Danny Wimmer Presents, you know we love those guys. We cover all their festivals: Sonic Temple, Aftershock Sacramento, Welcome to Rockville, Epicenter, all the good ones, and Sixthman Cruises, which does all the rock and metal cruises, are getting together over President's Day weekend for a big cruise and festival. Yet to be announced. We'll find the name out soon. We'll find the lineup out soon. This is super exciting news. We heard that Shiprock got rebooked. Alice Cooper's doing a big cruise and festival combination event next year. We hope Mega Cruise looks like it's coming back in 2022. So all this is good news. We're all taking a very cautious view of all this with the pandemic, but we're hopeful that we're going to get our cruises and our concerts and our festivals back as soon as possible. Back on the new music front, last month we brought you news that Mastodon had an abundance of new music to bring out, perhaps as much as a double album's worth of new material ready to go, and now they have revealed via Instagram post that they are working with legendary progressive producer David Bottrill. You know David's long resume includes Peter Gabriel and King Crimson, Tool, Dream Theater, Rush, the list goes on. This is really, really exciting stuff. David's incredible. He posted an Instagram to his account of himself in front of the console with Bill Kelleher in the shot playing guitar. Bill with his crazy hair and his incredible guitaring. Hilarious. Imagine what these guys will make together. I'm super excited for new Mastodon. I bet you are too. Serj Tankian of System of a Down has announced that the material he had been collecting for a potential System of a Down new album is now going to come out in the form of a brand new EP very early next year. Serj gave an interview where he talked about all this new material he was recording in his new home studio, and he was ready to actually release it this year, but then the conflict came up with Azerbaijan, which I probably said wrong, I'm sorry, and Armenia. Serj was ready to release the EP this year, but then the conflict with Armenia came up, and System of a Down got together to finish off 2 new songs and release them that we heard just a few months ago. So Serj's EP is going to come out in early 2021. Super cool to hear this music that should have been for a System of a Down record, but is now going to come out just as a Serj solo project. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Have you always wanted a technical death metal cover of Wham's Last Christmas? I'll wait. I did. You know I did. I love Wham, and I love George Michael. Rest in peace. But Legion and their friends, Cattle Decapitation and the Black Dahlia Murder got together, and they made this awesome cover of Wham's Last Christmas, the modern Christmas classic of love and a broken heart at the holidays. And the video is absolutely hysterical, with all kinds of Christmas ornaments, Christmas cookies getting flipped over, vegan eggnog for Travis from Cattle Decap. Unbelievable fun. And shout out to all those guys for making us laugh and smile at the end of this year. Sad news to report, as long-running death metal band Morgoth has broken up for good. Very interesting news from the band. They had been on a couple of hiatuses. They were founded over 25 years ago. The band had been on basically an indefinite hiatus the last few years, and they finally posted to their Facebook page a farewell to fans, a thank you to fans, that the music will live on forever, but the band is basically done. This is a big bummer. A couple of death metal bands have broken up late in the year. We found out a few weeks ago that Abnormality has called it quits after a long, long successful run. We're going to miss those guys too, so big ups to Morgoth. Hopefully some of those guys go on to do other projects in the future, but it sounds like they were just burned out in general from the history of the band and the layoff, and so that's a bummer. Another band lost. Legendary folk metal band Corporate Kleiny is back with a brand new single with an absolutely unpronounceable name that I'm going to try to not butcher. Sanaton Ma is out from their upcoming new album, Jola. Sorry, I can't say these words. I apologize to all my Finnish friends out there. We're super stoked to have them coming back. That's coming out on Nuclear Blast Records in early February. One band that has been making great use of their downtime and lock-in time in the pandemic is Sepultura. We've been bringing news about them almost every week with our streaming future. But Sepultura's Sepulquarta series is going to live on long beyond 2020 because it's going to become an album put out by Nuclear Blast next year. And it's going to feature all their collabos from the Sepulquarta series, including Matt Heafy of Trivium and Phil Rind of Sacred Reich and even David Ellefson of Megadeth. This is going to be super cool. We used to never be able to get albums put out like this. Collaborations were always having to be done through lawyers, but now it's a much freer society, I guess, in the record industry, and we're really excited to get this awesome stopover album. Of course, Sepultura still has Quadra, the album they put out this year. That's been in our top 40 albums of the year, so you can check that out at our site. And props to Sepultura. Another band in the holiday spirit is Blind Guardian, the power metal legends. They put out a hilarious and cool music video for their song, Merry Christmas, Everybody. That's right, they're feeling joyous. Europeans, they love Christmas a lot more than us atheist Americans. But anyway, I'm just going there. I'm just going to go right there. I don't care. But anyway, Blind Guardian rules. Hansi Kirsch made a statement that this was for the fans. They love the holiday season, and it's been a tough year, and they just wanted to do something that uplifted everybody. And I gotta say, to hear a power metal version of a Christmas song of any kind, it's just awesome. So definitely check out Merry Christmas, Everybody, wherever Blind Guardian streams are happening. Merker put out a brand new song this week. That's right, Merker's been staying very busy during the pandemic with little demos and live recordings and live streams and surprise videos. She just put out a brand new single, Dronning Elisiv, which is a Old Norse fable. And she put a song out. It was from her folk song sessions, but did not make the album. We were recently talking about folk songs on the Ghost Cult podcast for our album year countdown, and we said maybe Merker's going to stay in this style for quite a while because it works so well for her. It was really great to hear this story. She gave the backstory of some ancient skaldic history, which was really amazing. Shout out to Merker. We're looking forward to more music from her. Symphonic death metal legends Flesh God Apocalypse have a brand new song. The song is called No. That's right, No. Just No. Yeah, that's it. That's the song. Now, it features their entire touring band now as full-fledged members of the band. And we're really excited about new Flesh God. They just put out their last album, Venelo, a few years ago. And now, perhaps, this is a signal that they are working on another record now. I shit you not. Unbelievable stuff you can't make up. Every week, it seems we're talking about pop stars covering metal. They love it. They can't help. They love punk and metal. They love it. Last week, we talked about Demi Lovato. The week before, Miley Cyrus. In the past, Lady Gaga. They all love metal. K-Flay loves punk and metal, and she just did a punk and metal covers EP called Don't Judge a Song by Its Cover. So clever, but she's pretty cool. And she covered 3 songs that you would be surprised at, I think. The Offspring's Low Self-Esteem, Basket Case by Green Day, and Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. Anyway, we like 2 of those 3 bands. We like all those bands, but we like 2 of those 3 bands. But seriously, there's no accounting for taste, whether she has any. We appreciate her bringing some light on to punk and metal. Maybe some of her fans will figure out that they like that stuff and support those bands, even Limp Bizkit, because it's the holidays. And now for a look at who rules its streaming. Our favorites, Wardruna, put out a new song in celebration of the winter solstice this week. Their frontman Einar Selvik came on their YouTube channel and performed a snippet of a new song, and Vervaljod, from their upcoming album Crit Raven, coming out this winter on Sony and by Norse Recordings. It's a skaldic version of the sample of a much longer piece on the album, but it's really cool to hear new Wardruna music as we get closer and closer to this new album. Slay at Home Fest's final Slay at Home Festival of 2020 took place, and it was a banger. featuring bands and buds of ours like False Gods, Hull, Jonathan Hulton, Noel, Lambertino, our buddies in Horseburner, Future Uses, Lost Becomes, Fires in the Distance, and COVID Bastards, and covers collabos with members of Typo Negative, Suicide Silence, Mutoid Man, Testament, Darkest Hour, Fit for an Autopsy, Insight, Kiadiria, Moontooth, Black Crown Initiate, Abysmal, Dawn, and more.
And now for a quick look at some of the music out this week for New Music Friday.
December 25th, Apocalyptic Fear, Dawn of the Ritual, Decayed Existence, re-release, Awakening Records. Bestial Warfare, Desecrating Goat Assault, Gods of War Records. Corrupted Saint, Mutilated Before the Masses, Redefining Darkness. Deathblow, Insect Politics, Sewer Mouth Records. Dear Immortus, Ancient Breath of Forgotten Misanthropy, Self-Made God Records. Ego, Predation, Lycian Triune. Lipshock, Shadows of a Dark Heart, Slip Trick Records. Nordic Raid, Rise of the Northmen, self-released. Phalanx Inferno, The Age of the Anti-Aquarius EP, Gods of War Records. And boom, here, The World Falls, Parodium Records.
And now for a look in our mailbag. This week's mailbag, the Christmas mailbag, features an album that's near and dear to our hearts and has had a big anniversary this year. Blizzard of Oz by Ozzy Osbourne. That's right, 40 years old this year. I was a little kid when this came out. This is a super cool red and black vinyl edition that was a Best Buy exclusive. The 40th anniversary of the album came out just in September with all kinds of extended tracks. The album actually hit quadruple platinum this year on the strength of streaming of many of the hit songs from the album like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. Of course, we also had the passing of Lee Kerslake this year, which was very painful, but this album is still a banger 40 years later. Props to Ozzy, and props to this record for its staying power. It's really launched his entire solo career, and we're super stoked to have this vinyl. If you made it to this part of the show, you know what time it is. Thank you so much for watching and supporting Ghost Cult, a small business. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe with the notifications below and check out some more of our content here on the channel. As we say every week at this juncture, it's a tough time in the world, so please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay fucking metal.